We are kicking things off with massive news shaking up the gridiron. Michigan State football is making huge moves, adding Big 12 opponents to their future schedules. We are talking about a home-and-home series with Oklahoma State in 2028 and 2029, and a clash with Cincinnati in 2030 and 2031. Plus, the Spartans are setting the stage for some major matchups, including a non-conference game against Duke in 2027 and a primetime game against Notre Dame on September 19th. This is a massive shakeup for the Michigan State football calendar.
Never get caught with a dead phone again. This INIU portable charger is compact, travel-friendly, and gives you fast 45-watt charging with a built-in USB-C cable, so there's no need to carry extra cords. With 10,000 mAh power, it's perfect for busy days, trips, emergencies, or anytime your battery drops too low. Grab yours on Amazon through the link in the comments before your phone hits 1%.
Next up, we dive into the world of college basketball chaos as the Players Era tournament gets even more intense. The field is expanding to 24 teams with 2 separate championships to win, featuring powerhouse teams like Florida, Houston, Kansas, Auburn, West Virginia, Notre Dame, Rutgers, and UNLV. ESPN is hosting the Elite Big Ten Showcase in a new bracket style, meaning only 2 schools can claim the ultimate bragging rights. We are looking at potential showdowns, like a Michigan versus Creighton battle, and the possibility of a Michigan-Florida winner-take-all that could be a national championship preview. Now shifting focus to Michigan football recruiting, the Wolverines are starting to surge on the trail under Kyle Whittingham. After an initial slow start, the staff is showing serious commitment to the 2027 class. We have big news here. Top 100 running back Jakari Lipsey has announced his commitment to Kyle Whittingham and co. Furthermore, 4-star running back Tyson Robinson is set to announce his commitment on May 16th, and there are strong indications pointing towards edge Jace Brewer joining the program. This momentum is building fast. And finally, we look at the looming question hanging over the Michigan Wolverines offense. With the drop plague continuing, we have to ask, will the Michigan offense completely collapse? We break down the latest analysis and what this means for the team's future. Don't miss the full breakdown and all the updates on these massive college sports stories. Stay with us. Noi Dung Kai Tight. Michigan State football is significantly expanding its future schedule by adding several Big 12 opponents, signaling a major realignment in the program's competitive landscape. The Spartans have announced a home-and-home series with Oklahoma State in 2028 and 2029, and a similar matchup with Cincinnati in 2030 and 2031. This expansion comes amidst shifts in conference affiliations, as the absorption of Washington and Oregon into the Big Ten has altered game contracts, including a trip to Husky Stadium in 2028 now being a Big Ten game. /N beyond the Big 12 additions, Michigan State has secured a non-conference game against Duke on September 4, 2027, at Spartan Stadium. The 2027 season will feature a slate of games including the Duke opener, a home game against Central Michigan on September 11, and a trip to Notre Dame on September 18. /N looking further ahead, the rivalry with Oklahoma State is set to intensify, with a matchup scheduled for September 16, 2028, at Boone Pickens Stadium, followed by a rematch at Spartan Stadium on September 15, 2029. This pairing marks the first meeting between the 2 programs. /N in terms of future matchups, Michigan State is slated to travel to Cincinnati on September 14, 2030, before hosting the Bearcats on September 13, 2031. The program's history with Cincinnati dates back to 1946, with a notable split in games in East Lansing in 1946. /N the 2027 schedule also includes an opener against Western Michigan on September 2, 2028, and a primetime game against Notre Dame on September 19, 2027, broadcast on NBC. /N in the Big Ten Conference for 2027, Michigan State will host Indiana, Michigan, Rutgers, and Wisconsin, while visiting Northwestern, Ohio State, Penn State, Purdue, and Washington. Contract details for some non-conference games, such as the one against Duquesne and the opener against Western Michigan, have been noted, with some deals involving significant guarantees. The move signals a strategic effort by Michigan State to bolster its schedule and competitive opportunities in the years to come. The Players Era tournament is undergoing a significant overhaul, escalating the stakes for the national champions. The format has shifted from a 16-team field to a 24-team structure, featuring 2 separate championships to be won. The Players Era 8 lineup includes Florida, Houston, Kansas, Auburn, West Virginia, Notre Dame, Rutgers, and UNLV, while the 16-team slate incorporates Michigan alongside 8 teams they defeated last season. ESPN is set to host this elite basketball showcase, mirroring the successful bracket style of March Madness. This new format means only 2 schools will secure the bragging rights and all associated prizes. This change has generated significant buzz for potential matchups that have been absent from the sport for some time. Among the most anticipated contests is a potential Michigan versus Creighton showdown, marking the first time in 7 years that Greg McDermott will not be coaching the Blue Jays, as Michigan has won both previous meetings in the series. Furthermore, Michigan has never faced Baylor, leading to calls for a mandatory first-round matchup to end the drought. Combining the 2 tournaments or focusing on the winners promises a ratings surge for ESPN. A Michigan versus Florida winner-take-all scenario is projected to generate substantial revenue and serve as a major national championship preview in November. On the player level, matchups like a rematch between Tennessee and Duke Harris could be compelling, with Flory Bidunga and Mustafa Thiam vying to determine the nation's best big man. An intriguing freshman versus freshman contest is also anticipated, featuring Brandon McCoy against Jackson Richardson of Alabama. Coaching rivalries are also heating up, with Dusty May potentially facing Rick Pitino. May has demonstrated his dominance, having surpassed Pitino in an exhibition and defeated 7 other coaches in the regular season or tournament already. With a championship chase in sight, Michigan is positioned to attract top talent for the 2026-27 season, facing formidable competition including UConn, Duke, and the Big Ten Wolverines. Michigan football is rapidly gaining momentum in its recruiting trail under new leadership, signaling a potential turnaround for the program. Following the recent coaching staff changes, which required rebuilding relationships with nearly every recruit, early indicators for the 2027 recruiting class were slow. However, the new staff appears firmly committed to elevating the class to Michigan standards. Significant news arrived last week with a major commitment from top 100 offensive tackle Jakari Lipsey to Kyle Whittingham and the coaching staff. This development suggests that more high-profile commitments are imminent. Furthermore, the attention is shifting to 4-star running back Tyson Robinson, currently ranked as the number 15 running back in the nation, who is scheduled to announce his commitment on May 16th. This would be a major victory for Coach Tony Alford. Beyond running backs, Michigan has garnered positive predictions for 4-star edge rusher Jace Brewer. Among the top 6 schools favored for Brewer include Michigan, Tennessee, Indiana, Kentucky, Auburn, and Purdue. Current sentiment suggests Michigan is the team to beat, and while Brewer lacks a firm commitment date, a decision could materialize at any time, representing a significant opportunity to secure talent from the reigning national champions. Finally, the recruitment of top 100 wide receiver Quentin Burrell has seen Michigan build a substantial lead. The pursuit of the Chicago native has been framed as a battle against Notre Dame, with both programs showing confidence. However, the recent surge in favorable predictions for Michigan has potentially impacted Burrell's planned official visits this summer, making him a key player to watch in the immediate future. Overall, Michigan football is positioned strongly, capitalizing on early momentum with several key recruits. As the coaching staff continues to forge deeper connections with prospects, this positive trend is expected to accelerate. Fans and analysts are urged to monitor the situation closely for further predictions and official commitments. Recent discussions and analysis are focusing on the potential impact of the ongoing drop plague on the Michigan Wolverines' offense. Experts are scrutinizing whether the current trend poses a significant threat to the team's offensive strategy and overall performance. Further detailed analysis and expert opinions on this critical issue are available on WLTX 19. Viewers are encouraged to stream WLTX 19 on their phones using the dedicated WLTX 19 app for the latest insights.